So like the German Joseph Pilates, he was a boxer, self-defense trainer for Scotland Yard.
But when World War I broke out, his life changed forever.
As the World War I happened, all Germans were like put in internment camps because they could be spies or like sabotage or whatever they could have been done.
And it was inside those walls that one of the world's most popular fitness methods was born.
Joseph Pilates was here on Knockaloe farm, and he already had an idea of combining his movements to strengthen the body.
The birthplace? A small farm on the Isle of Man.
Technically, Knockaloe farm is the birthplace of Pilates, or the contrology, how he called it in the beginning.
And now, over 100 years later, someone is trying to bring that story back with a world record attempt.
Hello humans, welcome to the M-Word podcast, brought to you by Martin, that's me,
and Matt.
That's him. Today we're born by? I'm going to start again. I'd normally just fudge through it. Yeah, exactly. I'm blaming you for that. Hello humans, welcome to the M-Word podcast, brought to you by Martin, that's me.
And Matt.
That's him. Today we're joined by Stephan Baum.
Baum, perfect, yeah.
Boom.
Very good, yeah.
German for tree, did you know that?
Yeah, I had like a slight idea.
I was getting the know-how before, so thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
We're gonna talk about Pilates.
Cool.
But before and the world record attempt that's taken place on the Isle of Man. But before that, I think you're fairly new to the Isle of Man. But
yeah.
Perhaps a bit about your background, who you are, so our listeners can get to know you, and maybe I'll hopefully set the scene of why you're involved in 34 Move as well, which is, I believe, the organizer of the event.
Yeah, so I'm German, born in Germany, raised in Germany, actually in a small village close to Cologne. Over 15 years ago, I just finished, after my IB, a traineeship for like a private banker. After that I was like, what's next? What should I do in life? What do I want to do? Because I was, 20 odd years old, and I had not really an idea what to do. So I thought like, I should improve my English, because it wasn't very good. Because if you live in Germany, you don't really need English, but I thought it's important to know a bit of English. So what did I do is like an internship in America. So I moved 6 months to America, worked there for like a manufacturing company, because that was the easiest way to do something without funds. You just go there, you get like a little pay that is enough to cover your food and your rent, and you can learn the language. So that's what I did. Then I moved from America to Austria, lived 4 years in Austria, did my bachelor degrees there, then worked in Switzerland, the Middle East, did another degree in MBA in Strategic Management and Finance in America, Canada, Hong Kong and Austria. Then worked in Swiss banking, had a great time there, worked for Ernst & Young, was amazing. Last position was corporate banking and cross-border financing corporate banking. Did an executive MBA in new business development, and always had the dream to do my own business. It started already my bachelor studies, that I had like little side projects which I scaled up, and then it was finally time to say, you know what, let's do it. So I left the banking world and had a big passion for digital assets. And by that time, NFTs came up. So I was like, how could I combine my knowledge of this new market with my knowledge in banking? So I set up actually the first digital asset magazine in Switzerland. And the good thing is, it was so new that even the private banks, everyone was interested in me giving them talks, what it is, and introducing them to the topic. So I organized exhibitions around the world, but as well in Switzerland, in Basel, Art Basel, and was an interesting time.
Yeah, right.
And
where's that market sit at the moment? Because obviously there was a certain boom initially, and is it somewhat, obviously NFTs were going for a lot of money back in the day.
It has calmed down. It's really calmed down. I think it was a novelty, was something new on the market. People thought, what is it? COVID happened, so people had free spending money, and so it was a big, I think it was a good first step into the digital asset scene, to people realize digital stuff could hold value, even though for some it wasn't clear, but the idea behind that got like a bit more concrete.
Okay. And I assume people are still out there trading it. We're talking 2026 now, but out trading NFTs, etc.
Yeah, just actually yesterday, like because my magazine focused on showing the human behind all these artists, to like actually show even my mom that these people are normal humans or creatives doing something. And so someone contacted me yesterday, or he just dropped something, like had a launch or like a project coming up, and I was like, oh, it's still going on. I stopped that a couple of years back.
And did you stop the magazine or move away from the business?
Yes.
Stop the
it went well. I even had like an angel investor wanting to come on board, and checked how we could do it, but the conditions weren't okay. So in the end, we split ways, and yeah.
Okay.
But like maybe then on private, yeah.
And what did that move you into from there?
From there, I moved to. I actually met my now wife. I met her through work, and we then realized that she has experience in setting up events, and she did film awards. She did film awards in London and in Cannes back in time, and I did like all the digital art turned more into AI art. So we thought like, how could we combine this, and how could we like film award, digital art, and then AI, and then we were like, AI film award, could that be something?
Okay.
So that's what we started 4 years ago. We had actually just this Tuesday our third year, so like our third award show, and it has grown so significantly that we now have 1,500 submissions per year from 53 different countries.
So they're AI-generated films?
All AI-generated films, and we have like judges like of, maybe you know the music producer Timbaland. He's like one of our judges for the AI music video and music category. Then we have Hollywood figures like John Rhys Davies or famous directors, because it was always our intention to provide this new generation of talent a stage, that they can be seen. And again, 3 years ago, people thought like, what is AI film? What could that even do? No one wanted to touch it, and it was like a bit like had a stigma. Last year's award, we realized, oh, it's getting a bit more mainstream, and people are actually doing more in it. And this year we really see that the client is accepting it. So that means if the client accepts this, he goes to his agency, to his production company, says like, you know what, I want either like fully AI produced films or just like some scenes AI done. Yeah. And that has started 3 years ago. It's running now, and we are just preparing 2027.
And I assume, sorry Matt, I assume categories you'll be from, it might be like music category, there might be a best advert category, it might be short film, long film.
Yeah, certain different categories.
You just got to meet certain criteria.
Yes.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, and all that, the wife I've mentioned, I've met through my digital asset business, is now my wife, and she is a trained Pilates teacher.
Okay.
And
is she Manx?
No, she's British.
Oh, okay. I just wondered how you ended up here, but I'm sure you'll tell us.
And that is the thing, like, she's British, I'm European, I'm German. Even though I lived in Switzerland, we had no idea to physically live together for like 5 years. So we really had to count visa days, and both our jobs allowed us to be flexible. So like, we spent 180 days in the UK. She was just allowed 90 days in the European Union, so we really had to count and see where we can live together and how it could work. And that being said, we have actually spent 2 years in the past 5 years on the Isle of Man, accumulated, and really fell in love with the place. And when the decision came up, so now we are married, where do we want to live? Pardon me. Where do we want to live? I mean, it was quite clear. Like, we even thought like, oh, it could be something like Mallorca or something like nice, sunny. We were like, nah. Like, it should be the Isle of Man, because we nowhere felt so safe and welcome, and we thought like we want to be part of this culture and society.
Where did that, out of interest in that conversation, where did that first conversation go? Here's a place, because being Manx, when you speak to people, it's one, a lot of people don't know where it is, and then they think it's in the Channel Islands. So where in your everyday life did it come into a conversation to go, should we look at this place? Just out of interest.
My wife's mom lives on the island.
Oh, okay.
She has been living here for quite a while now, and that's how we visited her, and that's how we first fell in love.
Yeah.
And then it really grew to something like a connection, and like due to the fact that we have spent here the 2 years on and off, we came in contact with different companies like Ramsey Crookall, for example, and thought like, what could we do like Pilates related? Because for us was sure we want to live here and we want to do something on the island, something Pilates related, and tell that story, because that's what's happening soon. The Wellness Festival and Pilates World Record attempt all came up like 1.5 years ago, something, we were sitting there. It was more like, not a joke, but we were like, oh, wouldn't that be great? That you said like you weren't aware that Pilates was actually like started developing his movements here on Knockaloe farm. Like, what is it, like 200 meters?
Yeah, from where we are. Yeah.
And
so it was the story to that. Well, I'm sure you can tell it was someone in the internment camp.
Yes, so like the German Joseph Pilates, he was a boxer, self-defense trainer for Scotland Yard, and he moved to England during World War I, lived in England. And as the World War I happened, all Germans were like put in internment camps because it could be spies or like sabotage or whatever they could have been done. And so Joseph Pilates was here on Knockaloe farm, and he already had an idea of combining his movements to strengthen the body and like just strengthen his other fellow inmates, because he saw they're all weakened, and so that's when he came up with the movements. And so technically Knockaloe farm is the birthplace of Pilates, or the contrology, how he called it in the beginning. And coming back to Ramsey Krukel, or like Joanna Krukel, with whom we are working, her grandpa happened to be the person who provided the entire camp with food. And so like he was responsible for the well-being of all these people. And so it's like, it really feels like we are closing a circle. It's like now we are bringing this story back and telling the world and the island about Pilates. And it's like a little personal mission for me, hopefully get people moving.
Yeah. Interestingly, my father-in-law collects postcards. Obviously got nothing better to do when he's retired. And he's got a lot of postcards of Knockaloe, so I'll have a conversation after to see if there's anything within his collection. He's got a lot there. So I understand one of Joseph's other comments, because I think he was a big believer in the strength of your spine, wasn't it? And I think that's part of his movements and strength work, was to help people improve their spine strength.
Yeah, the core strengths. So like my wife would be much more, as she is a Pilates teacher, I'm just training it.
In training.
Yeah, I'm in training, but it's all about the core, and like this basic 34 movements that Joseph Pilates developed, that's why our name is 34 Moves, all actually mirror everyday tasks. So they are not meant to make you look like a bodybuilder or anything, or a top model. It's more like that you are strong and fit for everyday life, meaning maybe you hit 70 or years of age, that you don't trip over, or like you don't fall over because you have enough core strength, or your legs are strong enough to stop the fall from happening.
Yeah. There's a lot of stats out, isn't there, for and studies showing that as you're getting older, and that ability to have, like if you have a fall at 75 and break your hip, your lifespan expectancy, and I use hip or anything, once you have that incident, so the key is to push that incident as far away down the road as possible, and part of that's to have basic core strength, so you don't have that fall, so you then don't the stats show the hockey curve of how death comes is pretty quick in relative terms to someone who doesn't have that problem, basically.
That's like funny that you said that, because this morning I had a call with someone here on the island, and she had a hip surgery, and like it didn't went well, and like the doctor said like, it doesn't look great, and she did Pilates, and now she's really recovering very, very well. And so she's a big advocate, and says like, it's amazing what's possible.
Yeah, that recovery is just quicker, isn't it?
Yeah.
How long's a Pilates session typically? How long?
So like the one we'll perform on Knockaloe is 30 minutes. Okay. And normal sessions like in the studio can be anywhere from 30 minutes to like 45, 50 minutes, 55. So somewhere there it's quite
and when we're talking about that, is that a daily kind of exercise you'd recommend, or is...
Again, I'm not like professional enough to say like I would recommend it daily. I'm happy if I do it like every other day or something, but the funny thing is low impact, so it doesn't feel like much in the moment, but you really feel the difference later on.
Yeah, okay.
And
so your wife's a trained Pilates instructor, so did she get into that as a youngster, or...?
No, actually, like later on in life. So she's holding a background in psychology and neuroscience and mental health, and did her Pilates training. Was it during COVID? I'm not quite sure anymore. Okay. But to like really, and she fell in love. She said like, this is just amazing. This is like, it's kind of life changing, because it has such a positive impact on your entire mind, on your body. Because Pilates once said, and I hope I get that right, after 10 sessions you feel the difference, after another 10 sessions you see the difference, and after another 10 sessions there was something else. But there's like interesting saying, and it makes really sense. You feel a difference and you see it after a while as well.
Yeah, okay, nice. So we'll go back to the world record. So the plan, just to recap, is, as we touched on, obviously the Pilates was kind of, we won't use the word invented, but the seedlings of it came from Knockaloe farm here in Patrick in Peel, just outside of Peel. So you've obviously, sounds more like you and your wife having some beers and a glass of wine. You came up with this idea for a world record, which how these things, maybe there was no alcohol involved, that's fine.
No, it rather started in the boardroom of and there was coffee involved. It was very good as well.
And then, so this concept came out to build. So the present world record, where is it held? How many people? How long does that session have to be to qualify? I presume you have to get Guinness over. I've had some dealings with them before. It's not the cheapest thing in the world either to get them over, adjudicator, etc. So just talk a bit about that journey from that not beer that you had in the boardroom.
Yeah, so it all happened, and we thought like it would be a great idea to like promote this and do like a world record attempt, and then again the session will be 30 minutes, and we have to get an adjudicator over, and there are clear rules. So like the session has to be at least 30 minutes. And then it can't be longer than 1 hour if there are kids involved. And obviously you want to have the entire island involved. So we say, let's stick to half an hour, and our aim is to make it as inclusive as possible. So it will be, you could say it's a very good stretch. It's like, obviously it's more than a stretch, but you will not be on your mat in your lifting your leg and hurt yourself. It will be low impact standing Pilates to get everyone included. Mm-hmm. And the current record is set in Turkey, 2016, 3,486. So
going to round up more people than that. So and just again, having had some conversations, because on the Isle of Man we have the T-Rex race on the promenade.
Yes.
So that was, me and a mate came up with that idea over a beer. And when we first came up with it, we came up with the concept of actually having how many T-Rexes in one place. That was the world record. And so I contacted Guinness to then understand the cost. And it's not particularly cheap to get them here and adjudicate it. But I assume, because one of the things that they were talking to us about was the location needs to be ring fenced as well, so you can click people in and out, because obviously you need to count people. So again, these are all things that I appreciate people turning up on the day, but there's a lot of logistics, I guess, going on in the background.
A lot of logistics, 100%, because there are official counting methods that we have to use, and then there needs to be one steward per 100 participants, meaning a volunteer who can't be related to the organizers, neither to Visit Isle of Man nor to Ramsey Crookall or us, has to like look after his 100 people, count them again, so it's like many stages of counting, and has to say as well, oh, that person over there stopped for more than 1 minute, disqualified. So it's like, it is strict. Everyone can stop, everyone can have a drink, can take a breeze, and it's fine, but it is,
So I was going to say, even the logistics, for me, when you're saying that, getting 3,000 people down this road and into the venue itself.
Yeah, it is.
So the Royal Show, I think, that's up there. So assuming that's helped in the sense of they've obviously dealt with logistics of getting people in and out, parking, etc.
100%. I think that was one of a big advantage, that the Royal Manx show is being hosted on that field and hosting over 10,000 people in a span of time. But we were able to use a lot of the plans and learn from them to really make that happen, because it will be a challenge. Many volunteers will be involved because it is a big number of people.
Yeah. So thinking if there's 4,000 people, it's 40 judges for every 100. Yeah,
that's just the stewards, and then we need individual witnesses. We need counters. The counters can't be stewards, and it's a lot of logistics. But we're excited about it. It will be cool.
Yeah, it will be, let alone the park. And I pray to hope you've arranged for drone footage.
Yeah, it will all be done.
Because that'd be amazing.
Yeah, the footage will be great, and it's obviously always like safety perspective to see like how strong is the wind. Can a drone go up, or do we need other gear? But that's all being planned, and as well there will be the world record at 2 p.m. But we are hosting an entire wellness festival. Actually, like we open our doors in the morning at 10 until 5 p.m. So far, we have 75 different vendors of the entire island signed up and charities. So like anyone who's well-being, movement, mind-related is heartily welcome. We have like a free stand for who is interested. Obviously, we have to cut at some point. And on a daily basis, we're getting more people coming in and wanted to showcase what they're having. And the idea is just to show what the island has to offer, and there is so much. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I didn't realise that part. So to take a step back, it's in many ways it's like a day festival, all about well-being, health, stretch, movement, mindset, mental health. Have you stand, promote your businesses, give away products, services, etc. And then, by the way, at 2:00 the whistle's going and you're all getting in this field to sit on 4,000 mats that you've had to buy. So I assume Ramsey is supporting you a lot well here.
Well, they're like one of the organisers. We are like three of us, yeah. And it will be standing, so there won't be mats, because that would be logistically another like completely different kettle of fish. So we need to just streamline it as best as possible. Yeah. And you said like you weren't aware of like the wellness tent. The wellness tent with 75 vendors is just one tent. We have 2 additional tents, which are called movement tents and workshop tents. What we do is throughout the entire day, practitioners of the Isle have already signed up for slots. So, for example, you always want to try Tai Chi, but you don't know where to go, what it is. So you can see, at, I just say 11 a.m., could be 12, I don't know. There is a Tai Chi class. You can just pop in, have a 20-minute teaser session of Tai Chi, see is it your cup of tea, and ideally after that decide, you know what, I'll do that more regularly. There will be sound bars, there will be yoga, Pilates, different dances, Zumba, all that like for free. So you always can just pop into these tents. We have foraging walks, so like local professionals and practitioners invite a group, go around the plot and see like what can you actually use, what can you do. There is a tea making session, so like out of local herbs to make your own tea. Kids entertainment will be there. There is live music. We even have like one corner is not poetry, it's an open mic. Kind of poetry system is wrong. It's like an open mic session. We have that area. Live music, I said that. Speeches. We have different talks. People on stage will talk about the history of Pilates, obviously, but as well what else is possible. So it will be,
fun packed day.
A lot.
Yeah, it is a lot going on. Yeah. And I'm always giving this example because imagine my mom. She would maybe always wanted to try yoga, for example. But we all know sometimes you maybe don't want to go there, you don't know how it is. But imagine you're on this festival and you talk to that person, the teacher, and you realize that is a very nice person. So maybe that's already the first step to say, you know what, I'll try it next week. And if we can get, in this way, people moving, I think it's such a big win for the entire community.
And can I ask, is there an entry fee to get into the park?
Yes, so we have adults is £8, children from 7 to 17 is £4, and kids from 0 to 7 is free.
Okay, nice.
What is included, everyone gets like a world record attempt t-shirt, other goodies that we have prepared, and all the free classes. We have saunas, cold plunges,
I'm excited. And setting up the road.
Yeah.
I might run out my driveway for parking.
Now, parking should be plenty. So we will have like obviously the fields across, and what we will do, we'll have shuttle buses. They will be announced soon. So from like Douglas, Onken, I guess Ramsey, Peel, and maybe the south, we are figuring it out right now. It will be confirmed soon. And we encourage people as well, the old track rail, the
railway line. Yeah.
Railway line going from Peel, the 1.2 miles is it, to Knockaloe. And we hope that the weather will be as great as today, and many people will say, you know what, I'll walk.
Yeah, that railway line actually runs up on the other side of the road. You can't see it anymore, but it's under the ground. Again, from my father-in-law's postcards, he's got postcards of the railway running. So the bridge you cross down there, it used to be the railway line. Obviously, they've redone the bridge, and then it runs up the other side of the road and then crosses the road up by the there's a community hall up, isn't there, opposite on the other side of the road. It crosses the road there. So the train used to run up and bring the I guess they were referred to as prisoners back then up there.
Yeah, and food, like a lot of food, because it was like up to 20 tons of food or something per day being shipped in like into Peel Harbour. I just read like a great brochure about A.B. Crookle, like he called ABC, like the grandpa of Joanna, who was a provisioner. Yeah. And there were like loads of, just imagine like 24,000 people were there, like, and everyone needed to eat something.
Yeah, they're into I know Ramsey, the business, they're into the kind of well-being space, aren't they? I've seen some of their corporate things online, so that's good, they're supporting you. So remind everyone the date.
19th of July, Sunday. We choose a Sunday. It's the same day of the World Cup final as well. But that one is at 8 p.m, so there's no excuse not to come.
Relaxing day, sauna, stretch, yoga, and then back for some. Back for England to win the World Cup. Germany to win the World Cup.
We'll see that.
That'd be a world record if we did. Great. Well, it sounds exciting. Appreciate you coming in and having a convo, and obviously would encourage people to get involved.
100%.
Turn up on the day, for sure. I'm excited. I don't need to park, so I'll be walking around.
Perfect. We'll be like,
look around.
Will be an event for
It's very much a family day from what I'm hearing as well.
It is, and it's like inclusive. Like we want to have like everyone who wants to be involved should reach out to us, and we can see what we can do and how we can accommodate everyone.
People looking for a bit more info, Facebook page, website?
Yeah, Facebook page, website. I can show notes? Or
we can put show notes, Okay, and assuming if you Google or AI or Isle of Man Pilates World Record, so then you could be a world record holder, one of 4,000, 5,000, however many it is.
That's it,
okay, that's pretty cool.
Certificate is coming on later, and then you have the official bragging rights of being a world record holder.
So everyone who participates becomes...
Everyone who participates,
That's good.
So we're encouraging everyone to join us.
And that's at 2 p.m.
2 p.m.
But get there early, get some yoga classes.
Cool.
Stephan, appreciate the conversation.
Thank you very much for your time, guys.
Pleasure, and good luck with the event.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
It's word out from Martin.
And word out from Matt.
Poor flimsy humans. Don't you wish you were flawless like me? A towering inferno of physical perfection?
I hate to pop your blimp-like ego, but you're not perfect.